Kirk Duckwell here with Mastermind, the Market Your Real Estate Stats Update for the Twin Cities area. All right, buyers, it looks like it's time to go fishing. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm not talking about taking a break to head out for fishing opener. It's actually time to maybe dive back into the market. Dip your line into the water and see if you can hook yourself a house. The reason I'm mentioning this is we had our weekly meeting and had 22 agents participate in that. And a lot of agents, including myself, we're talking about how we've been having more luck getting offers accepted without having to be crazy over on list price. Yes, some of them we're still having to make offers for a little bit over to make our offers competitive, but we're also running across situations where we don't have to go over, and that came up more than once in that meeting. So why is this happening? All right, let's dive into the data and take a look. So the showings per week, per listing, median sale price range, 250 to 500K, dropped from a 7.24 down to a 6.46. So we're really coming down a lot from our peak when it was at a 10.15. So yeah, the market's really slowing up from that maximum pace. Now, a 6.46 is still a good market where it's a fair amount of showings. We can look back at Christmas time, and that was down at a 3.64. But we haven't seen a pace this slow since basically the first week in January. And we're expecting that to continue to slow as the weeks go on. So it may be that time to get back out there. Also, we saw a drop in total showings from 5,031 down to 4,700. That's a big change over last year, where it was 5,940. All right, looking at some other data points in the market. New listings dropped off just a little bit. Went from an 1815 down to a 1731, but I do expect that to start to pick back up as we are coming in to that warmer weather, typically a season where we see a lot more listings coming on at a faster pace. I know I've talked about that in the past. Also, looking at pending sales, we can see that it dropped off. There's our kind of Easter time frame there for pendings, where it shifted over from a 1420 down to an 1185, back up to a 1424. But something I want you to take a look at here is the week of the 16th, 1420. We go back to listings the week of the 16th, 1518. So not much of a gap. Here we're at 1424 for pendings, but new listings 1731. So this is starting to bring more inventory into that marketplace, closing the gap over last year. If we go back to the beginning of February, we were down running at paces like 14.4%, 13.4% behind last year. Now we're only down 6.9%, and it looks like that gap is going to continue to close. Why is this? Well, interest rates. Interest rates continue to rise even week over week. Did another little jump here. Now, again, this is with points, and they changed this on the Freddie Mac site, raised that from a 0.8 in fees up to a 0.9 in fees. So rates did jump up just a little bit, 5.27 up to a 5.30. If you're not paying any points at all on a 30-year mortgage. So, and actually, surprisingly today, that the Fannie Mae site with points, or sorry, Freddie Mac site with points is a little lower than what or a little higher than what I'm getting from our resident mortgage geek, Chad Preby, saying 30-year at 5.25, a 15-year around 4.625, and then a 7-1 ARM at a 4.50 and a 10-1 ARM at a 4.75. So definitely seeing some movement out there in the rates. You want to be talking to your loan officer exactly where rates are at for you, as it is specific to everyone. So the market meter, where does that currently sit? All right. So it really is just waffling on that 10 there with the slowing and showing activity. We're seeing the dynamics changing. So even though the showing activity is slowing, The housing affordability is going down, which is, getting more money in the pockets of sellers. So in the world of the market meter calculation, we're just right on the very edge of 10. Now, for sellers out there, if you price right, if you have good marketing, you still should be getting a good showing rate out there. It still is a good market for sellers. It's just not at that extreme pace that we were at a few months ago. And I do expect it to come off of that 10 and move down relatively quick as we go into summer, maybe becoming more of a standard seller's market, moving into that stable market range for buyers and sellers as we maybe get into mid to late summer. Hopefully you found this information valuable. As always, if you like this video, click on the like, share, subscribe, and if you really love the information, check out our Twin Cities Real Estate Show. That's on the CW23 Saturday mornings at 6:30. Take care, everybody, and have a great week.